Alright guys, welcome to Emerald Gamers. I'm Ron.
And I am Dr. Black. Yes, I don't actually have an afro. I started getting my hair braided.
And in the flesh.
Yes.
So
we're not only cartoon characters and disembodied voices. Amazing, isn't it? People on the internet are real.
I'm wearing a costume right now. I'm actually a cartoon character beneath this. But
whatever. Wearing human skin. It's like that Scorpion. Like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Like because he literally rips off like the mask with his face and like it's just a flaming skull underneath.
I feel like we should just edit it like you taking it off and like have a my cartoon face up underneath. What we really want to do now is just give you guys an update of what's going on with Emerald Gamers, because it seemed like we've probably been dead for a long time, but we're not. We're still alive.
Yeah, for the most part. For the most part.
So what me and Dr. Black been wanting to do for a long time, once we hit 50 subscribers, in which we've hit, past 50 now. Congratulations. Yay, we love you guys. We actually want to start up a P.O. box where, we can start a new series, maybe call it, I don't know, Mail Time with the Emerald Gamers or something. And you basically, guys can mail us anything. And we don't have the P.O. box yet, but once we do, it'll probably be in the description or something.
And I guess one thing I'll say is that you might be thinking to yourself, why would I want to send anything? Which, I mean, if you don't want to send anything, don't send anything, obviously. You don't have to. It's there if you want to. But I guess the difference for somebody who might be slightly curious is that if you want to send us something to that P.O. box whenever we do have it, and whenever we do have it, it'll be an annotation in this video and a new information in the description that'll say, like, above us somewhere or somewhere in the middle. I'm not sure where yet. But yeah, that'll be there. But if you do want to send us stuff from the P.O. box, that basically ensures that it will be something we do on camera. Like, if you message us or comments, there's no guarantee that we'll talk about it on camera, but sending it to the P.O. box, we'll talk about it somehow, or we'll show it, or whatever you send us, whether it's like a drawing, or if you send us, like, a question, or a request, or whatever. Oh. Let's not ask for miracles yet. Okay, and also, just another day at the Emerald Lake, our cartoon we were supposed to be working on. Talk to this guy.
Well, making a cartoon isn't the easiest thing in the world. And,
so you say.
And you literally have
Don't
to draw.
listen to him. Cartoons are super easy.
Well, maybe the drawing the part is, but also it takes a lot of time editing, doing the voice work, and making sure it comes out clean and funny. And I'm not saying that it might come back, because it's a high chance that it might not, but we're gonna try our best to work together and make it come to life again. But you got to keep in mind, we're also wanting to work on Sonic Theory and all the other stuff, all the Let's Plays and stuff. So it takes a lot of time out of our day to work on the cartoon.
Yeah, believe it or not, the voice work's actually all done. Like, we finished that months ago. Like, that we got done. Because, I mean, we just gotta meet up, we spend some time recording, and then we edit it. But the thing about it is that it just, you gotta keep in mind all those individual pictures we gotta draw, or, well, that he has to draw. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest here, I've tried my hand at, like, cartooning and animation in the past. My biggest hurdle was the fact that I'd draw one picture and I'd be done. Like, I'm not the type of person who likes to draw more than one image in a day. I'm the kind of person who draws one picture and puts as much detail into it as he possibly can. That's the kind of drawer I am.
And you can see my pictures on the cartoons; they're not detailed. I'm just like,
I'm not gonna say that I draw better than Ron, but I'll say that his style is more cartoony than mine. I'll say that much.
Because I'm cartoon.
Yeah, and in fairness, just another day at the Emerald Lake, I would probably tell you that Ron probably can draw better than that. It's just that we've got to keep in mind that, Ron can't draw everything perfectly because we've got to get it out, basically. Like, he could probably draw something much better, or, like, more three-dimensional looking, I guess is the way of putting it. Especially when you couple it with the fact that I'm doing the coloring and the shading. Like, I think we could put out something that looks a lot better than what it is. It's just that we gotta be feasible, We have to be feasible. Like, if we took the time to make it look amazing, well, I don't know how long it'd take. We'd probably be working on it for more than a year, maybe. I don't know. Especially since we're not entirely sure yet how animated we want it to be. You may notice last video, which was the beta, some parts were animated, some parts were crossfades. Some parts like were just the image like sliding across the screen in like Photoshop or Sony Vegas effect. Once again, that might change when we finish it, but we don't know. Once again, that takes a lot of editing, takes a lot of time, and Ron's grabbing for a grape there. We've got grapes off screen, everybody.
They're good.
They're good for you. They're green. They're green grapes, by the way, which are the best kind of grapes. Let's be honest here. I'm gonna take a grape real quick, and I'll continue my discussion.
Chiquita grapes.
Chiquita grapes.
She's like, I don't know. Was that the name of it?
Chiquita grapes or Chiquita bananas?
Oh god.
Chiquita bananas. Man.
Oh, she walks in and just slaps me. How dare you? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
You ever see Food Fight?
Oh god. No, I'm scared to watch it now.
Oh, I understand. You should be scared to watch them. For many reasons, I have not watched it myself. I have seen pictures and I have seen clips, and I do not like what I see. Also, beyond the cartoon, there's the matter of a Punch-Out video game, which is not actually a Punch-Out game. It's more like a Punch-Out style game. Yeah, that's something that I was actually working on by myself for a period of time. I actually got a good amount of characters set up, and I started to get like their moves down and their weights and their nationalities and how they looked. But then I actually tried drawing the characters that I wrote out, and then I drew one picture, and then I was done. I got like one picture of like the super weak joke character done, and that was it. I couldn't do any more. So I talked about it with Ron a while ago, and he wants to work on it with me. And I think this time we're going to rework it to be Emerald Lake Gamer themed. As of right now, it's in like pre-production. As in, literally, if you want to know what the work on it is right now, I can literally show you.
There you go. That's
right
the
there.
Game.
Right there. That's the game.
That's the game. It's
great.
Paper fight the game.
5 out of 5 stars, everybody.
I can give it 17 pieces of grass blades. It's just better than stars. It's the best game ever. One day I'm gonna be a critic. I don't know. Grass blades. I don't know. So about that punch
out in the corner.
I'll take my grapes with me. I come back now?
No.
Oh man.
I'm gonna take your phone though.
It's a beautiful phone.
No.
And some grapes. Uh-oh.
Wait. Who's Sabrina, Ron?
Fuck my battle. I'm battling Sabrina right now.
Do you have a YouTube channel with somebody else I don't know about?
It's not what it looks like. I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, so that's literally all we have right now. I guess if you could actually read that, I don't know. It said, it just says Punch-Out game, and it says fights. So yes, Dr. Black and Ron will be fights. We will not be playable characters. You can't control us!
NSA can. They can control us. Or maybe what you view. I don't know.
Thanks, Obama.
He's like, here he comes and you're welcome to leave.
And Overweight Plumber Brother 1 and Overweight Plumber Brother 2. Yeah, they're the best characters. They're from the cartoon, if you didn't watch that. They're from the cartoon. Well, one of them's from the cartoon. And speaking of Plumber Brothers, even though we're not going to be playing any games with Plumber Brothers in them, I'm sorry to tell you all. I mean, we're Emerald Lake Gamers. What games do you think we're going to play?
Columns. That's what we're going to play.
Columns?
Yeah, for the Sega. That's like the Tetris.
Is it like Tetris?
That's Tetris thing with the diamonds.
Elgato. We actually have one. So, we will be doing Let's Plays of non-old school games when we have time.
Yay!
We'll also be continuing to do Let's Plays of old school games as well, and games we can record on our computers. Because Ron's been doing a lot more Let's Plays than I have, even though it's died off a little bit. Have you finished Zelda yet?
Oh god. I'm not gonna lie. I actually lost the save state for my Zelda game, so I gotta go play back up to the point where I was, and like literally have the same items I have, and that's gonna be a venture myself. That's the only reason I haven't continued that Let's Play. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm stuck now. And Link's like, come on, man, what are you doing with your life? So that's where I'm at on that one.
You know, speaking of which, I don't have it on the list, but since you mentioned losing the save state, I think we should discuss some Let's Plays that we've lost, actually. Because, oh my gosh, our channel would have so many more videos if we didn't lose so many of our videos. We lost so many videos over, like,
Quest for the California
over the years.
We missed you. Come back home. We won't even make you eat vegetables this time.
We have the audio to that video, but we lost the footage because at the time I didn't know Cam Studio would just crap out on you if you stopped it after it's been recording for too long. So I think we recorded for like a half an hour or 45 minutes straight all the way through like this arcade game, and we just lost it. We lost the footage.
You're welcome. Come back in again.
We also had Elevator Action, which was an arcade game that we did separate into the proper amount of parts.
That game was actually really
But when we full screened MAME, which is the arcade emulator, Cam Studio made everything black.
Thanks, Obama. You're like, well, that time wasn't my fault.
Of course it was his fault. He made everything black.
Yeah, oh, well, excuse me. You're welcome.
Obama's plan. White slavery.
You're welcome, you leave. You leave. I just feel like you should have like a picture of him like leaning in like.
For any of you who've ever heard of the game, not the game. Well, yeah, it's a game. It started out as a visual novel and then became an anime. Clanad. We had done a beat 'em up. It's a lot of beat 'em up games that we lost.
Oh, when I was the teddy bear.
Yeah, he was. You were the teddy bear. And I think I was playing with a girl as a sword. I think.
Yeah, I remember. Oh man, I was wondering what happened to that one. I actually didn't.
Yeah, and it's funny because we were gonna do the penny shot censoring jokes. And because I think the main character Tomoyo, which is funny because Tomoya is a guy and Tomoyo is a girl. It's like it's the reverse in Japan. Because she wears a skirt, but she does kicks, so like there was gonna through the video there's gonna be like the censoring joke. I think like we were either gonna use the Chaos Emerald or I think I was gonna like use Ron's head or something. Yeah, but also, but since Mystical Ninja. I actually want to go back and do that. I actually want to go back and do that because that's actually a really fun game. I almost feel like maybe we should just restart it though. Yeah. We might just go back and restart it. That's a really fun game and I want to finish it. Yeah. Mega Man X Street Fighter probably isn't going to be happening. Honestly, I mean, it just comes down to the fact that neither of us are fans of Mega Man for different reasons. I like Mega Man. It's just hard. The games aren't bad. Like I mean, they're well designed. I'm not even going to tell you they're not. It's just that I don't know. You're jumping and you're shooting. It's about all I can say.
So now that we got the Elgato, we also are. You're looking at game design, not game designers, but actually like recently released games, or relatively recently, like since the advent of the third dimension. I love how I just phrased that as if 3D didn't exist. It's like I feel like you were like on like a episode of like PBS or something to talk about space, as you were saying that we're like going back in space and stuff, like bad green screen in outer space. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of Sonic Heroes with Elgato. I was doing a review of it. To be perfectly honest here, I could sum up my feelings on the game like really quickly, but I think I was being more long-winded than I needed to be, and I was going into more detail than I needed to. I was breaking it down scene by scene unnecessarily, because honestly, most of the cutscenes and like the pre-level cutscenes in Sonic Heroes don't tell you anything, and I was analyzing them like line by line. I don't really think I needed to do that. Because I got through Team Sonic in scripting, and I started to get through Team Rose. But let me just say in brief, the problem with Sonic Heroes is not that it's necessarily a bad game. It's more that it feels like they weren't really trying to tell a story. And when you have a story that involves the return of a character you think was dead, you really shouldn't handle that as a let's not give a crap story, okay? It's just general policy you should have. We will be doing a Let's Play of Sonic Adventure,
the first one.
I can't wait.
Together when we get a chance. Going to be recording actually at our college actually. Just because we'll actually be able to meet up and we're going to hook it up to a specific TV and details. We'll see it when it happens. But do you know what characters we're going to separate them between?
We actually had that written down.
We had it written down. I forget what it was.
I think
what it was you were Sonic, I was Tails.
You also were Knuckles too.
I think I was Knuckles.
Yeah, you were Knuckles too, because I don't like those.
Oh, I was Knuckles. Okay, I was. I mean, of course I'm Knuckles.
Oh, secrets. Secrets.
Foreshadowing. Get it?
Foreshadowing.
Oh, SCXCR. I apologize. Ripped off your joke. I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of myself. I want to talk about what we were hinting at now, but I can't do it because it's not even close by yet, and I wanted to be surprised when we make the first video, so we can't talk. I'm sorry.
When the trailer comes out.
The anticipation's killing you. I know.
When the trailer comes out.
Or at least when we do the random short story we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to wait until we get all the parts. It's probably gonna maybe whatever we're talking about. It's gonna be either out next month or the month after. Let's say that. Okay. And lastly, we are actually going to be doing voices in Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. I'm not kidding. We are.
We're working with the big man himself.
Yes, we are. We are.
He comes in. How you doing?
Yeah. Like,
thanks, Obama, for inviting Shaq over. You're welcome.
Man. So from now on, if you mess with us, you're messing with Shaq. I'm just warning you. I'm warning you.
Shaq's like, I'm not working with those guys. I don't care about that.
Shaq doesn't even know who we are. He doesn't even know who we are.
Come on. We helped your game. Oh, that was nice. Okay, thanks.
Thanks. You helping my game. You got me millions of dollars. Okay.
Who are you?
Not that we got him millions of dollars. We're just random voices in the game. We'll see. Anyway. Oliver seems to like me. Hi, Oliver. So, for those of you who were watching us back when we uploaded the King of Nerd Martial Arts tournament, the first part, well, first of all, if you don't know already, parts 2 and 3 are up on the Fighterworks Factory. I already told you people that that's where it was going to be, but it seems like people don't listen. But yeah, parts 2 and 3 are on the Fireworks Factory. You could have watched part 2 and 3 a long time ago.
You know who you are.
If you didn't do it. However, that, sadly, I was hoping to get the rest of it done over the summer. Sadly, that did not happen. People got jobs, people's schedules were conflicting. It didn't work out. But part 2 and 3 got done. You may notice a weird jump in choreography quality in part 3. That's because it was filmed literally a year later, and I rewrote the fight halfway through. So, there you go. So, that will be coming whenever I get to work on it again. Probably not until next summer. Might get maybe one part out sometime in the winter, but I doubt it. We'll have to see. Because I don't even want to say I doubt it, because it's still technically possible. Next is, well, I didn't even tell Ron what the title was going to be, but we're going to call this, or at least I think I'm going to call it, the Genesis Lucha Libre Tourney. The Genesis Lucha Libre Tourney.
That name is awesome.
Don't want to give any specific plot details yet, but it is going to be wrestling themed, if you couldn't tell by the Lucha Libre thing. It will be live action. We will be performing. It does actually go by like pro wrestling rules, pinfall, submission, stuff like that. No countouts. We didn't really want. I didn't really want to do anything that involved like fights spilling out of the ring. Just because it was going to get a lot more complicated that way, and plus because I felt like let's just have them fight. Let's just have them fight. There will be shenanigans, but let's not get into super silly shenanigans like, Corporate Kane came out and he wants to make sure his business acquisition doesn't lose the match, so he's going to come in and he's going to choke slam his opponent and he's going to get him disqualified, or he's going to... Oh yeah, Dean Ambrose is dead now, by the way. Seth Rollins and Kane killed him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose is dead.
Well.
Yeah, they killed him on Raw. There's a eulogy and everything.
Well, this.
I'm not kidding. They had a eulogy the week after they killed him.
I just want to hear like the business. He comes in here. Well, we're gonna kill you. Well, okay, that happens.
But see, and earlier in the night, Triple H was like, let them decide on the match, and the blood will be on their hands.
Well,
like,
yeah,
whoa.
okay.
Like, we're seriously, we're being implicated for a felony on national television.
Well, okay, I just walk in. Well, like, thanks for coming in for our business interview today. Oh, thanks. We're gonna kill you. What? Wait, what?
What? Yeah. Well, we're talking about wrestling now. We're supposed to be talking about our wrestling film. I apologize. I need to stop doing that. I'm moving around too much. Okay. But yeah, it will be wrestling themed. Though it's not going to be a super high amount of like power moves, like lifts and carries and stuff like that. There's going to be a couple suplexes, there's going to be a couple slams, but it's mostly going to be like a martial arts wrestling hybrid. If you catch my drift, it's going to be mostly focused on martial arts. A couple grapples, because some of these characters actually are wrestlers, so we have to actually give them some grappling moves. And submissions. Submissions, I kind of almost give it a different category from this lifts and slams, because, I gave Ron, the character Ron's, Ron as himself, he's got like 2 submission holds. But we'll discuss that when that'll be revealed when we actually get the first part out, which actually, we're going to be filming Friday, which is the 19th. Wow, I was getting noisy out there. And the wrestling project will actually be on the Fighterworks Factory and Emerald Lake Gamers. Mainly because this actually ties into Emerald Lake Gamers continuity. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that'll be for the...
It's no secret I've spent most of my life as a pro wrestler and a mercenary. Well, more of an assassin, but a mercenary, because I think that sounds better. Assassin just sounds too 90s to me. Yeah, I know the irony of me saying that. But I feel like both career choices have enriched my combat abilities, and they've really helped me flourish as a person, if you catch my drift. I mean, I'm only in my 30s, and people already consider me a ring veteran. That is very, very high praise. But then there's the matter of my opponent tonight. This Ron, if that is your real name. This is his first match, and honestly, I feel kind of bad for him, actually. I mean, first match, and you gotta go against Brian Danielson. That is a tough, tough break. But let's think positive. Let's think positive here. After all, this could be a learning experience. I can teach you how to tap out.
Future. Next, I guess we gotta talk about Sonic Theory.
I wanted to introduce that part. Oh. Well, if you guys are still here after this great adventure we've embarked on, now we're at the part I'm pretty sure all you guys want to hear. Just like Dr. Black said, it's time to talk about Sonic Theory. No, it's not dead. Don't unsubscribe when you hear that.
Yeah, and I guess I'll say this. Thanks for being patient, guys. I know episode 2.5 took forever to come out,
I think a lot of people was mad at that episode. Like, oh, I thought you were gonna give us a real episode.
Yeah, and I understand. It's just we didn't want to waste what we'd already done. That's really what it came down to. And I did try to tell some people who asked about the next episode. I did try to tell them it is going to be a 2.5. It's not going to be an official episode, but more people watch it than people who are subscribed, than people who comment. Mm-hmm. So obviously, only so many people are going to see that. So I apologize. It's not dead. Next episode will be episode 3.
And we have a lot more Sonic Theory episodes, too.
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas. It's something we really want to go forward with. You were writing the next episode. Do you want to tell them what that is?
I will give them a short brief what it is. The next episode, episode 3, is about the gun conspiracy, GUN, with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and how they got mixed up with Sonic and Shadow and how they look alike, because they definitely look alike. And that's the episode. So I'm not going to give you guys any more. I'll let you guys have to experience the video for yourself. And yeah, that's
Because I mean, I'm not going to try to give too much away, but honestly, it's a very commonly berated plot hole that it should have been obvious that Sonic was not Shadow. We will address that in the episode. We're not going to sit here and tell anybody that you're wrong for thinking something. We're just going to explain why we think the way we do. But anyway, we're going to keep doing more episodes after that. I think at that episode after that, I'm going to be writing it. I'm not sure what the next episode's going to be.
Are we going to put a list on what the episodes are going to be down on below, or no?
We might. We might just so, not in any specific order, but just so they know what things we are going to be working on. I think the episode we're going to work on next is probably going to be the episode on Eggman.
Okay.
Because I already have an episode written out for Chaos Control, and I really want to do that one, but I think we need to wait until like episode 10 before we're allowed to do that, because that is...
Don't attack us for that.
He
said that. Attack him.
That's a really big one, and honestly, it involves actual science, and admittedly, a lot of people are going to think that I'm reaching with this one, but I try to justify it, but that's for another time.
And you can leave comments down below if you want us to do, different Sonic theories, and we will actually... We have read the comments that you guys have sent us. However, if you want us to do an episode, you have to, what am I looking for? Just explain a little bit more in depth what you want us to go. Specify a little bit more in depth of what you want us to go.
And actually, I'm going to pull up the comments on our page right now, and I'm going to read some of these out. Actually, it's funny looking back at these comments, because a lot of people were complaining about us using Game Theory's song, and then didn't get past the intro and make a joke about it. Matt Pat, real quick, speaking of Game Theory, we said in episode 2.5 we were going to leave that as a video response, so he knew we used his song, but then we realized that YouTube doesn't do video responses anymore. I don't know what's up with that. That's weird. That's really weird. Someone, and I don't even remember who it is, because I can't even find the comments anymore, someone asked us to do stuff about Sonic X. And let me say this about Sonic X. I'm not even trying to get on anyone who likes it, because I'm not even trying to make a statement on its quality. It's more that Sonic X isn't the games, and I feel like people, if we don't say this now, people are gonna people in the future might still ask us more stuff about Sonic X. But Sonic X is not the games. It's not in canon with the games. So we're probably not going to discuss it.
Probably, but that
probably.
You can still...
We might talk about the show, maybe. But I mean, in the context of talking about it as a show, I don't think we're going to be doing any theories on it, ever. Yeah. I doubt we're ever going to do any theories on it. Unless someone can give us something really, really juicy.
So humor us and still, leave
if you think what you have is really good about Sonic X, then we'll talk about it. The only thing I can think of is the Nazo thing, which and I don't even. There's literally nothing for me to go off of there.
Or we can do a theory on why Amy's legs was actually the color of Sonic's arms on one episode.
Yeah, it's actually a very common art mistake for people to draw Sonic with blue arms. It's a very common art mistake. People draw Sonic with blue arms, but now we have Sonic Boom where he actually does have blue arms.
The whole series is a common mistake.
Are you going to be buying Sonic Boom, by the way?
There's so many games I gotta get on the Wii U. I have to buy a Wii U now.
Okay. Yeah. See, my thing with getting a Wii U so far has been the fact that nothing on it is really making me buy it. And don't get me wrong, obviously the non-portable versions of these games are probably going to be better, but at the same time, I'm just I got a 3DS and I don't really want to be spending money on a new console. And even with the Xbox One and the PS4, I thought that Mortal Kombat 10 was going to make me buy one of those consoles. Excuse me. But it's coming out on PS3 anyway. So I'm getting Mortal Kombat no matter what I do. And plus, even, you know what else? Is that the Mortal Kombat games have been coming out on Steam too. So even if you don't have a console, it might not be the same date, but it's probably going to come out on Steam eventually. Just because that's normally what NetherRealm Studios does. I like NetherRealm Studios. I like them, by the way. I feel like they. You know why? Because their DLC doesn't feel like a ripoff. I don't feel like they're like, oh, you bought the game, now buy this DLC to play it. No, they gave us new characters, and they gave us like extra content. You know, like, and you might say, but you know, people found Scarlet in the game before it was like people hacked the game and found Scarlet in it already, but Scarlet wasn't finished. Unlike Capcom, who decided they were going to make Tekken X Street Fighter, I think, and they were going to go ahead and just like leave characters in finished, but you had to buy them on release anyway. That's different. I'm sorry, that's different.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah,
we could call him, man.
Obama, you realize it's your fault we didn't finish our Tekken X Street Fighter. I mean, Tekken X Street Fighter.
You're welcome.
Mega Man X Street Fighter Let's Play. It's your fault, Obama.
He comes in, hey.
So all our commenters, you want to blame somebody, blame Obama.
He comes in the cane, man. Come on, man.
All his fault. Everything is Obama's fault. Also, I want to address a comment that we got about the comics, which I also have to say the comics aren't the games either. I read them, though. I do read them. And, you know, I mean, but still they're not in the game, so I don't expect us to be doing a lot of videos on them, if any.
Well, then again, also, the comics have a little bit more for us to back off of, so I think we can go off of. So I think we can also, you know, I don't know, do something on the comics a little bit more than the Sonic X. Because I think there was actually a couple of times that Sonic X actually contradicted itself, I think.
I mean, because Eggman was from Sonic's world, but then when they came to the human world and got to the Shadow story, it stopped making... Well, the Shadow story and the, the Chaos story, I don't know, because was the Master Emerald still from their world. But, the Shadow story, because apparently Gerald was on our world, and the Ark is in our world, and Shadow is from our world, but Eggman's from their world.
Sonic X is a bad cartoon. You show a picture of Amy's legs.
Yeah, we might do stuff from the comics. Specifically, someone asked us to do one on the Human and Alien Wars from the comics, which actually, that's not a bad idea. The only thing with that, doing a video about that, would be, I'm not sure what we would say exactly, because I know what the story is, and I could just tell you. But the thing about that is that I feel like that would be all the video would be. Would be just me explaining to you what that story was. Because I'm not really sure if there's any ambiguity behind it. There's really not much I'm not really sure if there's anything for me to think about with that story. It's like it happened and they know what happened. Like the characters know what happened. Well, not anymore because it rebooted because of lawsuits. Obama's ruining Sonic Comics too. Why, Obama?
He has his finger dipped in everything, huh?
I wonder if we should put Obama as a tag in this video.
Well,
so we talk about
it. He comes in, I'm in this video. I can see him like looking, watching the video, just crying all the time, like.
You guys are so mean.
He comments on it.
Like, I didn't do anything to Sonic. I love Sonic.
And then he actually has the NSA track us down, and we're like canceled all immediately. So our YouTube channel's taken off.
Maybe NSA doesn't actually stand for what we think it means. Maybe it stands for Neo Sonic Adventure, and Obama's just a really big Sonic fan.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and lastly, someone asked, or at least last for the requests. Someone asked us to do a theory on hypersonic, which, once again, even with the Alien-Human Wars. That's a bit of a problem because, once again, hypersonic's kind of self-explanatory. Like, we see hypersonic, we know the conditions that bring about hypersonic, and we know that, at least according to the Sonic News Network, because I looked this up, at least according to the Sonic News Network, I think, the Super Emeralds are confirmed to just be Chaos Emeralds. They're not separate entities, they're just Chaos Emeralds that are powered up by the Master Emerald, which I guess would be why in Sonic Adventure, in the Tikal flashbacks, why the Chaos Emeralds are so big. You know, when they're surrounding the Master Emerald.
Makes sense.
Like, so, yeah, don't get me wrong, I understand why people would want us to do hypersonic, but I think, for Hypersonic, if you want us to do something on that, we're going to need, and this is from anybody who wants to request this, by the way, because I feel like in the future we might get requests for it, beyond this person. You've got to say what you want us, like what about it you want us to talk about, because we're talking about how it happens. Well, we know how it happens, and if we're talking about what the Super Emeralds are, we know what the Super Emeralds are. Except in the comics. The Super Emeralds in the comics are a giant plot hole, my god. Actually, because Ian Flynn, the current writer, when he first got the book, he was actually asked to write out explaining all of like the mystical artifacts and try to like sort them out. And he was able to do it, but the one block he ran into was the Super Emeralds, because there were a good amount of them and they existed, and like, but the big question is, okay, what happened to them? Like, they're just gone now? After that story's over, they're just gone? Like, Ian Flynn, like, even the writer himself, literally, when he got the book, had to chalk that plot point up to plot hole, because he couldn't do anything with it. At least that's what he says. But yeah. Is there anything? I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. I guess that's it, everybody. Comment on this video if you want us to talk about something. The P.O. Box will be later, once again. Yeah, I guess we'll talk to you guys later.
It really helps when you like and subscribe to us. Thanks,
yes,
guys.
Yes, it does. It helps us a lot.
And thank you guys also for 50 subscribers. We couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys are the best. You've made this YouTube experience awesome. Thanks again.